Today, I'm on my way to ElectroLand in Northern California. Let's go. ElectroLand is kind of a magical place. When you get here, you are greeted by a ton of different animals. Hello. Hi there. Hi. How are you doing? How are you? To include turkeys and fainting goats. Some of the next things you'll notice is the landscape out here. Northern California is just hilly, and you can see on the greenery here all around me, everything's covered in moss. And it's really just a surreal experience to be in the woods here. Another feature of the property is they have these Acties. You don't see these everywhere, these little Honda Acties. And these are kind of like the work trucks of the property. They have a handful of them, but I'm a huge fan of them. I want to bring them to the United States, and I want one myself. Another thing is Austin has ambition to build more of these little tiny homes. So this is the first one that they've built so far. And what he wants to do is he wants to build about 3 to 5 of them and have a community of people that can come here at any given time. The point of this is because the property is kind of in the middle of nowhere, and the family, the Electro Company family, they love having people out. And it's just more appealing for people to be able to come out here and stay. You have your own space, and it's almost like a Airbnb, if you will. Stephanie knew I was coming. She knows what kind of beer I like. I'm a cheap date. Give me the Busch. Give me the Busch lattes. Give me the Coors. Give me the Millers. You know, let's go. All right, guys. So I flew in from Austin, all the way from Austin, Texas to Northern California to meet these Electro & Co. guys. This is the shop. Let's go inside. Let's see what they're up to. Here we are in the Electro Company Shop, and this is where the magic happens. This here is the founder of Electro Company. This is Austin. What's up, dude? Thanks for being on the show. Thanks for having me. If you're watching this and maybe you are or aren't familiar with the electric motorcycle industry, you've probably heard of Electro Company. How long has Electro Company been a company?
I think we're going on year 4 of being a LLC.
Okay.
Before I was a sole proprietorship with Electro Brap, a YouTube channel.
Yep.
And now we're a corporation, which comes with a whole new set of new complicated business rules.
Sure.
So I'm taking on all those kinds of responsibilities. I do marketing and social media as well. So right now I'm wearing a ton of hats, but we've expanded the team quite a lot.
Yeah.
We've been able to furnish the shop so that way we could get more things done.
Right.
And we have Josh 1. We have multiple Joshes that work here.
Yeah.
So that's always a fun thing. And actually we're going to institute this new service policy where first you talk to the lowest level of Josh, and then we escalate you to the next level of Josh.
So 3 levels of Josh?
There's 3 Josh levels.
Is that 3 levels of severity, or is it just goes through the first Josh can't handle your case, you go to the next Josh, and then he can't handle you, then the ultimate Josh is like the boss at the end?
Like if you get to Josh 1, man.
Is this Josh 1?
That's Josh.
So if you get to him,
you get to him and he can't solve your problem, then we can't help you.
Yeah.
Really, we're kidding. But there are multiple Joshes that work here. Josh is our lead engineer and pro rider.
Yeah.
And
So it really helps to have somebody on the team who is a pro rider to develop and design bikes, and he designed and develops parts.
That is correct. And it's like a superpower.
Yeah,
This
right.
guy
It's
is
like the best of both worlds in this industry.
He's invaluable to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because anything he designs, he has firsthand experience and has that insight that another engineer might not.
Right.
It makes us able to make the highest level parts. And let's take a look at what he's working on.
I want to know how long have you been riding for, Josh?
Pretty much all my life, probably close to 20 years now.
Okay. And then how long have you been working for Electro Company?
I've been here part-time for the last few years.
Okay, cool. So you've been designing parts and doing the thing, riding bikes, and just growing the company with the rest of the staff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then not to mention, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you have people that aren't here who work remotely.
That is correct. We have a software engineer that's that works remotely.
Yep.
We have another partner that works remotely. He helps with service.
Yep.
And then my wife's not here right now. We have Nolan, which many people on
Sure,
the
people
Razor
in the-
community know who
Nolan.
he is.
Yep.
He's on a skiing trip.
Yep.
I mean,
That's kind of
who does that?
That's
Like just
Especially when you know
leaves
Voltron's coming,
Voltron
you know.
out to dry and go skiing. Like what is that?
I know.
Skiing?
At least snowboard.
At least no, thank you. So no, so it is the weekend, so you know no one's allowed to have a life. So,
Yeah.
But we do have Josh holding the camera. Thank you, Josh. We'll spin that around on you later. But yeah, I'd like to.
So let's get into what I want to see what
look
Josh is
around
working
at
on.
what he's doing.
So,
yeah.
Josh, like we said over here, Josh is the engineer and designer behind a lot of these things. So he does like the CAD modeling, he does the design, a couple different things they're working on. This is the little bit controller that they are designing and developing in house, a 3D printed model. This is going to be the next iteration of the little bit controller. They're working on that right now, and this is the Zapper controller that is in process of being developed right now as well, and he's actually working on the final details of that. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing to make this product better after you've already got one in your possession?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is our first working prototype.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna slap this on a bike, run it through its paces, make sure that everything's solid on the board and all that. The only iterations I'm doing at this point are just the housing and some connector changes.
Okay.
Just we're kind of at that point where you get to 90% done relatively quickly, and then that last 10% of just iterating, getting it to the point of it's perfect, now you want to sell it.
Right.
That's kind of where we're at now.
Okay.
So little changes. So what I'll do is through our testing, I'll go and take it and do updated CAD models on the computer. So you can maybe see some little differences on these. This one has a main center connector rather than wires coming out.
Okay.
And we changed the location of these just a little bit also, the pins.
Wait, one thing I want to make sure everybody is clear on is the work that he's doing, the work that this company does is they're not taking an existing controller or an existing technology and putting their own software on it. These controllers are designed and manufactured specifically for Electro Company, designed by them, tested by them. The R&D, like you just said, is done by them. So it's not a rebranded Far Driver with a different overlay of software on it. I just want to make sure everybody was aware of that this is all done in-house.
Yeah, that's correct. So we start from absolutely nothing, and through each of these steps, we just go through and build it up bit by bit by bit in the CAD program until you
Get this.
finally have a finished product.
Then you get a working product, and then you test the working product, and then you go back to the drawing board, like you just said, you figure out that last 10%.
Exactly. Yep. You finish all those details. So essentially, we'll make the CAD model. Once we have the design finalized, I'll make what we call engineering drawings. So those are 2D prints that a manufacturer can then use to actually physically make the production parts.
Okay.
So some of our 2D prints. This happens to be for
like a
the
schematic.
Exactly. This happens to be for the little bit housing.
Uh-huh.
So I'll take my CAD model and then I'll make our final engineering prints, and we give dimensions, we give details, I give notes to the manufacturer saying what material we want, what finish we want, things like that.
Yeah.
And that
wire
basically is just-
gauges and all the details.
exactly, and that's their guide in manufacturing so that they make exactly what we want, what we design.
And then we also have Josh too. Josh is also an employee of Electro Company. How long have you worked here?
I've worked here about a year full-time, maybe 2 years part-time.
Right on, cool. And then, so what do you do at Electro Company for the people who are watching?
I'm here in the shop every day packing these orders. I come in here in the morning, print them out on the computer. They all come out on that printer right there. And
Yeah. It's just you and
Me and another addition we just got, Haley. She's been working here. She's been doing some emails. She helps me out when she's not busy in school.
Right on.
And yeah.
Cool. And then do you also ride?
I do ride. I have a 300 right now, but I've been getting into all this electric stuff slowly but surely.
Right on, dude.
It's rubbing off on me, cool for sure.
We both look good.
You look better.
Does he look good?
Yeah, he looks good.
How do I look? Okay. Yeah, you know it. Let's go. All right, guys. Hey, that's a quick look at Electro Company, the property, and some of the people that work here that make these parts and the builds that we do possible. Thank you for watching. And one thing I do want to iterate is that Electro Company is it's a family-owned company. It's a local company. So if you are a supporter of local business and you are a supporter of small business, be sure to check out Electro Company for your electric dirt bikes, your kits, the razors, and the parts that go along with it. And after all that, I just want to hand it up to Austin. Is there anything else you want to say to the audience while we got you on the phone?
Sure. Look, guys, I appreciate you guys so much. Either if you're supporting us in a very small way or in a large way, or even just in spirit, or you're just supporting the electric movement, it's appreciated more than you guys could ever know.
Yeah.
We're really here to, share this electric fun having, if you will. And when we started this, I just remember thinking when we did the very first pit bike, like, man, how cool would it be, like, if all my buddies had one like
totally.
this, right?
100%.
And so now 3 years later, we're here, and it's not just a couple buddies.
No.
It's thousands of buddies.
Yeah.
And that is the coolest thing ever, because when we started all of this, I was the only one. That's how it felt. And I'm sure there were others.
Sure.
But it was so small. And this industry is just moving so fast.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, because now there's all these new ways to have fun with all this new technology. And instead of, geeking out on your computer and you're, building the graphics card in this, now we're like taking that technology and then we're writing like you're riding on this thing, right? So it's just a whole new level, and I'm just so blessed that we're able to be here to ride that technology wave and make, a power sports oriented company and product that will push, this whole motorcycle, dirt bike thing to the next level. And I just feel blessed, and I can't thank everybody enough for all the support.
Hell yeah. All right. You ready to go get a beer?
Let's do it.
Let's go.